Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We are the Odds Couple. This is the College Basketball Odds Couple show for Friday, March 31st. Of course, we've got the Final Four coming up tomorrow. We're going to discuss a little bit in depth Oregon's chances as an underdog with Ross Benjamin from RBWins.com, who's with us remotely. Ross Benjamin, thanks for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, and we'll give a congratulations right now, though, to Mike Brenner and to anyone else, including a lot of our viewers, who saw the big blowout by TCU coming. I did not see it coming, but I also didn't bet on Georgia Tech, so that's cool. Mike Brenner, congratulations to you and everyone else.
I didn't see a blowout coming, but I damn sure watched an absolute blowout. They dominated from start to finish, and something to be said about Jamie Dixon's experience coaching in the Garden like that, and Ross had a good feel for it also. Ross had brought up about Coastal Carolina being a little banged up, so here we go, baby. Let's keep it going.
So tonight we got two games before we discuss the Oregon game with Ross tomorrow. We got St. Peter's and Texas A&M CC, and
you've had a good call on both of them.
Yeah, and there was a huge line move this morning where it opened at 1.5, was up to 4.5. Now it's back down to 3.5, and we were thinking that was such a big move it must be indicative of an injury. But I looked into it, and there's no injury that I found for Texas A&M CC. I think that was just money, and now the line moved back together. If that was an injury, it probably would have hung there.
Sure.
It's now down to 3.5, and it's an interesting move. Obviously, there's money coming both ways, and I'm going to stay off this one. I like both of them all tournament long. Gave them his picks. This one I'm going to stay off of. And then Wyoming, you had a great call on it yesterday.
Wait, real quick. When you're staying off like that, you've had a good call on both. Sometimes that's the best call, Pete, is
definitely.
no pick.
Yes,
know?
Absolutely. And I did the same thing on Georgia Tech last night. No bet, and maybe I should start doing that a lot more in the future. Who knows? But we got you did make a bet on Wyoming last night. Huge call, huge casher with that one. And now once again, big home favorite here. What do you think, Mike Brenner?
Love it. I'm going to pull the trigger, though, just on the first half. I still think Coastal Carolina is going to have a little bit too much on their hands, still a little banged up. Wyoming's got the momentum. They're at home, and if anything's going to happen, Coastal Carolina is going to have to empty the kitchen sink in the second half. So pull that trigger, Pistol. First half, Wyoming.
First half, best line gives 4.5 minus 113.
That's what we had the other day.
4.5 or 5. Yeah, makes some sense. Does that make sense to you, Ross Benjamin?
It does, yes. That's a game I'm going to stay away from, although, I'm looking at St. Peter's. A lot of sharp money has gone that way.
Yes.
I'm not seeing half and half. I'm seeing pretty close to 70% going on Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Yet we've seen that move that you just alluded to, Pete.
Right. It went up to 4.5, and now it's back down to 3.5 market-wide. So that's all over. That's a 10-foot pull for me.
This team, people might not realize that's one of the best defensive teams in the country right now.
Sure.
Especially when they're playing a lower end mid-major from a mid-major conference like Texas A&M CC.
Yeah, that's right. But Texas A&M CC has also been pretty good at home. I was on to them kind of early on that they were a quality team. And as a home dog here, it's just a pass for me. It's just a pass for me. All right, so is that it for you, Mike Brenner, for tonight's game?
That's it.
Just
that's
one pick.
I'm dying to hear what Ross got to say about that underdog situation.
All right, Oregon. Ross, you have been assigned to cover underdogs all year long, so you're going to take a look at Oregon right now and discuss with us just what their chances are. If they have a chance, it doesn't necessarily mean that Ross is endorsing a pick on Oregon. He's just going to discuss the factors that could give them value at 4.5 or 5. What do you have to say about Oregon, Ross?
Well, I got 3 keys written down, Pete. Minimize North Carolina on the offensive boards. We all know that this is the best offensive rebounding team in the country. No they've been so during the NCAA tournament as well. And you need to just limit those second chance opportunities where you don't extend possessions and you have to play defense sometime for as much as 45 seconds at a time. And we've seen the culmination of how that takes effect to an opponent, meaning how North Carolina wears down their opponents. I mean, they came back against Arkansas in the last 5 minutes of the game when they were down. They came back in their last game against Kentucky. They were down by 5 at the 4-minute timeout. And that a lot of it has to do with, the offensive rebounding and making teams play defense for like 45 to 50 seconds at a time. That wears a team down late in the game. They got to continue to make threes at the pace they're making them, and they might even have to be better than that. I mean, this is an Oregon team that's knocked down 40% of their threes in their 4 NCAA tournament games. They're averaging 9.5 makes per game. They're going to have to be as good, if not better, to stay in this game. And stars need to be stars here. 3 key players, Tyler Dorsey, Dylan Brooks, Jordan Bell, all have to step up like they've done in this tournament. Tyler Dorsey, 24.5 points per game during the tournament, 10 over his season average. This kid has really stepped it up. Dylan Brooks is a steady performer, power forward, multifaceted, can knock down the three, can go and do the dirty things underneath. And then you got Jordan Bell. I know they lost Boucher, but this guy's really stepped up to 6'9" forward. He was huge against Kansas, 8 blocks in that contest, 13 rebounds. He's averaging a double-double in the 4 NCAA tournament games for Oregon. He's going to have to be as good, if not better again, against that huge North Carolina front line for Oregon to have a chance in this game.
All right, Mike Brenner, what do you think about that? You've already gone official on North Carolina.
I'm staying with it, and it's a great breakdown. And yes, Dylan Brooks, Dorsey especially, and Bell, how he stepped in for Boucher. Can they keep doing that, though? Now you're going up against a rebounding machine. I just think the offensive boards differential is going to make it. It's really going to make the difference, and plus the depth. These guys are going to get tired. They're going to get tired. I love it. NC pulling the trigger, full game, and the first half, baby.
All right,
you know
you've
the
already
thing too, Pete. If I could add, I mean Jordan Bell, 8 blocks the last game. And he also altered a lot of shots by Kansas in that contest as well. You know, when you have a shot blocker like that and a huge front line like North Carolina, if you don't get the block, you're leaving yourself vulnerable on the offensive end.
Yeah, no doubt.
Offensive boards, I should say. So that's something to keep an eye on as well.
It is, and also speaking of shot blocking, in last night's game, that guy Jamison had 13 blocks in the last 2 games for Georgia Tech. I'll tell you what, Jamie Dixon came up with a beautiful game plan, shut that one down. So I'm anxious to see if Roy Williams can do the same, baby.
Yeah.
Got him fired up.
Let me ask something, Ross Benjamin. My sense is, and I know that just, a lot of people have sort of given the opinion, not necessarily sharp people, but people are giving the opinion that Oregon plus the points might be worth a shot. Do you think that it is probably going to be a single-digit game here?
Well, Pete, I hope you respect my response here. It's going to be one of my picks, and if they want my opinion, they're going to have to pay for it this time. And I don't mean to disrespect you guys or the viewers in general.
I'll tell you what, because I was thinking about throwing on a last-minute teaser, Mike Brenner. What do you think about this? Wyoming down to -2, Gonzaga down to -1, and then Oregon at +11. But I was thinking, is Oregon going to get blown out? Or?
I don't know. I think I predicted a double-digit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm out of that one. Leave me. I don't have a dog in that fight. By
right.
God, leave me the hell out of that
I'm
one.
holding off at Ross Benjamin from rbwins.com. Again, if you want his actual official pick on the game, he is going to have one, and you can find that at rbwins.com. Ross Benjamin, tell us about your website.
rbwins.com, as Pete just alluded to, that's my URL. That's where you could find me. That's where I give out the picks I personally wager on and my paying clients receive. 2-0 last night. NBA play on the Chicago Bulls +5.5 outright over Cleveland. 5-star play on TCU last night by 32 over Georgia Tech. I'm going to have a play tonight in one of the minor tournament games, and I'm also going to have selections, side and totals in the Final Four on Saturday, as well as NBA plays. $3.99 for the rest of basketball at my site right now, right through the NBA playoffs. Includes college basketball, the Final Four as well. And I'm going to give it to you if you call me at 781-571-0299. I'm going to take $100 off that price. Tell me you heard me with Pete and Mike on the Odds Couple show at SBR. You get the package for $2.99 instead of $3.99. That's rbwins.com. 781-571-0299 is how you can reach me.
Where you pay a little to make a lot.
All right. Ross Benjamin from rbwins.com. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ross.
Thanks, guys.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.